Hi guys, welcome back to the shop. Today we're going to get on the seat for, actually I'm going to do two seats. I don't know if they'll all be in the same video or not, but we've got the TS250 we've got to finish up, but it's already, the seat pan is already pour 15 and it's ready to go. We need to get this one for the AT90, YL1, Twin Jet 100, Twin Jet 90, whatever it is. We've got to get it off, and the foam is pretty much shot in it. It's just coming out and crumbles. So I'm sure that I'm going to have to do the same thing, make some repairs on the seat pan, and probably pour 15 it. And then I won't be able to really go any further until I get that done and dried, and then I'm going to have to completely build a foam out for it. So you've seen me do that before. I think on the Kawasaki Bighorn I had to completely make the foam, completely made the pan from scratch, and so on and so forth. But anyhow, let's get on the Yamaha Twin Jet 90 right now. It's like I say, the seat, it's just coming out crumbly, just disintegrates. So that's what we've got. I just pulled the bolts out on the strap. I was kind of surprised they even came out. And they're pretty easy. You just go around and lift all the, I don't know if you can get under them, lift all the little keepers up. So that's the bulk of what I'm doing right now. So as soon as I get ready to pull it off, we'll bring you back. Alright, got all those keepers loose. See if we can get the cover off. You can see the plastic in here. That's what I find works very good too, is put a plastic bag on it before you, or while you're putting things together. It makes it slide on a lot quicker and easier. I'm going to save that. I may need to refer to it. Yeah, when I was working at the bike shop, the seats were, you could see this sticking out from underneath all of them. Actually, some bikes, I believe, come with the plastic over the covers. Can't remember whether I've seen that before or not, but I think probably I have. Oh boy, look at that. There's nothing usable there at all. So that's just going to have to go in the trash. We're just going to have to wing it. Let me get a wire brush and see how much of that I can get off. Yeah. Haven't seen one that the foam was that bad on in a long time. So we're definitely going to have to pour 15 the seat. Right now I'm not seeing any rust throughs, but imagine by the time I bead blast it, I'll have some. Let's go ahead and get our trim off, if it'll come off. I think I'll be able to use the same stuff as I use on the Enduros and the Suzuki's. Looks like the same stuff. And again, oh boy. See, that's the worst side, is the kickstand, or the side the kickstand's on. It sits there like this, and all the water runs over here. But this one has fared better than some. The bottom really looks good, but it's certainly going to need, by the time I bead blast it, I'm sure that we'll have some little holes, but it may not be enough to have to really worry about. Okay, next I'm going to try to scrape some of these big chunks off. Some of these big chunks, and then I'll use a scraper on those, then I'll put it over in the bead blaster and we'll see what it looks like. Not looking too bad so far. Looks like maybe a few little holes, but no real structural damage other than the fact that probably half of the pan is gone because of the rust. Okay, doesn't look too bad. Got a couple little holes. Got one here. That's probably the biggest one. And there's a couple around here and here, but I just don't think I'm gonna replace anything. It's looks pretty good, actually. I'm sure that about a fourth of the thickness of the metal is gone because of the rust, but it's substantial enough, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour 15 the edge on the inside where you can see some of the rust pitting. Just a little bit on each side, and then I'm going to flip it over and just do the top. Most of the bottom looks good. And that's the product we're using, pour 15. And you want to make sure that you get some gloves, because you can't get this stuff off. And when you put the lid back on this stuff, always make sure you put a little piece of plastic between the lid and the can. Otherwise you'll never get the lid back off. I think I've brought that up before. If you can keep it out of there, more power to you, but I can't do it. So I think I'll just kind of start right here and kind of paint it on the portion here that needs it. And then we'll just flip it over and do the other side. Really, it's just kind of about the lower part. And you want this as thick as you can get it. Just daub it or whatever you need to do to make sure you've got it completely covered, the rust portion anyway, because it's got to, that's how it works, is it encapsulates the rust. All right, looks like about it on the bottom. I'm sure I'll be tearing that off. Okay, I'm sure everybody gets it. It's just one of those mundane tasks that's got to be done, and there's no glorious way to do it. Okay guys, there we have it. It's just you just mop it on and wait till tomorrow, because it's not going to be ready and it just won't be dry. It's very slow drying. And there's my plastic on my lid. So on this one, we're done today. All right, we're all dry. We've got the got it painted underneath, and pour 15 on top and painted over that. So should be should be good to go. I think there was like 3 spots that it had rust through. One there, one there, one there, and a little one there. Oh, and right here. But I don't think that it's going to make any big difference. This seat doesn't flip up, so you're not going to see it, and it's in good solid condition. First thing we're going to do here is get the edging put on. This it's right here. I'm just going to spray a little adhesive into a little cup here, and I'm just going to kind of mop that on with a brush. And then apply it. We'll just start back here. And try to get a little on the inside, same area. Just kind of do a little as you go around. You don't want to get too far ahead on your glue. And open it up to get it started, and then it should just kind of push on. I think we're about to the end of it there. Kind of got twisted there. And that just about does it. We'll just let that kind of get stuck on there and set up. Looks like it's wanting to kind of raise up right here in these little dips. So I think I'll get a couple clothespins. And we'll just push it down and then hold it with them. Hopefully that'll keep it down there until it gets set up. Okay, let's give that a little time. Okay, our next thing we've got to do is cut our foam, and I think that I may be a little short this way, so I'm going to have to go, bad as I hate to, I'm going to have to cut it the other way. I just don't want to be short and it not look right when I get the cover on. So I'll go ahead and do it that way. You know, you always want overhang, in my opinion. That way you can shape it the way you want it. So that gives me a little extra there, and looks like maybe I'll go right about there. So that's what we'll cut out. And I probably will need another piece to go on top of that. I used my electric knife here. And actually it works a little better if you put a little soap and water on your blades. And just kind of keep up with your soap and water. If it gets a little sticky, then stop and put a little more on it. Water works too, but I find the soap is a little slicker. I hate doing that, cutting it like that, but you sure don't want to be short, because then it just doesn't look right. I'd rather waste a little than have to live with it not looking right. Okay, and at this point, I think I'm going to put it on like this because it's kind of the natural way that it's wanting to go there. So what we'll do, since this is contact cement, you've got to really put it on both sides. So we'll spray the foam. And then the seat pan. And we'll let that tack up just a little bit. And go ahead and place it. Yeah, I cut it a lot longer than I needed, but that's okay. I'd rather do that. Yeah, I'd rather do that. I can buy more foam. Okay, we'll let that dry a little bit, and we'll trim it up and then put the next layer on. Okay, I think we can go ahead and maybe trim it a little bit. Again, I'm leaving quite a bit of extra there. You can always cut it off or grind it off, either way. But you know, if you don't leave enough, there again, you're going to have to add to it. Or probably in this case, you just have to remove it and start over. I did use a little more than I needed there, though. You know, I don't think we're going to need another layer of the 2-inch, but I think we're going to need another layer of 1-inch. When this kind of dries a little better, I'm going to give that cover just a little check, and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, got another layer on top there, some inch. And what I'm going to do now is start shaping the thing. And this is the best thing I've found to do it with. It's noisy and it's extremely messy, but it does a good job. You got to keep it moving. It's what works. Extremely messy. And it doesn't like coming off the t-shirts. It's got to be washed. Okay, I think we've got a pretty good shape. We just got to see if it's going to fit. And I like putting a bag on it. Helps everything slide on a little better, and you just pull off whatever's hanging out after you've got it on. Well, no doubt we'll have to trim some, but Let's just see. I actually think maybe we're going to be okay. It's just going to have to do some pulling and pushing. But I think so. Just going to have to give her some pull. I think. I'm going to let it set right there for a little bit. And I think I'm going to go to lunch. And all that's left is to push and pull and tap. Just back and forth. This is not the best fitting cover I've put on, but it seems like a little bit big in places. Better than the alternative, I guess. We have a little wrinkle there that I'll probably heat up with the hairdryer a little bit and see if I can pull that out. This actually may need to come forward a little bit. I can do that. And we've got our strap. Got enough strap here to go all the way around it. So I've got to put a hole in that and then grab some new fasteners, and I think we'll be in good shape. I think this little wrinkle there will time out with time, or maybe I'll just put a little heat on it. Doesn't look too bad. Never been a fan of the black and white, but that's what it had, so that's what it got. Got the one side of the strap there, so we'll just pull the other one over. We don't want to put too much pressure on it where it pulls a crease into the seat. And you got to remember, when you tighten down the bolts, it's going to tighten it like that too, so you want to leave it a little bit on the loose side. think that'll be okay. But on the other hand, you don't want it to be sloppy either. So, get another now let's see what we've got. I'll leave a little bit hanging out there so it has some, you know, some tear area if somebody's holding on to that, and they have to really grab it. Okay, that looks good. And we'll just cut off the excess. Just like that. And I think that'll all time out eventually. Sure looks better than it did. That I might have to pull down a little bit, and that'll actually tighten that up a little bit if I pull this down. Yeah, I think I'll do that. And that will just about get that wrinkle out of there. So I'll give that a little tug, then we'll be done. Not too bad. Okay guys, there you have it. Got the seat done for the Twin Jet 100, H2, AT90, whatever it is. Anyhow, I'm pretty happy with that. I've got another one to do for the TS 250. I've still got to do that one. And we're coming along on this bike, so I'll probably be getting some stuff done. I'm just, unless I can find another tank, I'm probably just going to have to repair that by pulling it and body filler just like I do most tanks, and paint it. Where it's chrome, it'll be white or pastel or something, and where it's black, it'll be black. So that still got a lot of time to go on that, but at least we got that old raunchy seat all taken care of. Anyhow, hey, thanks for going along on the ride, and we'll see you next video.